right, good morning to you. The last Friday in September. It's the 27th already. The month's soon by, but we are glad to spend some time with you each and every weekday morning. I'm Bill Bevins, and of course, Amy Lacey. Do you do the James Bond thing? Like
yeah.
Amy Lacey.
Amy Lacey.
Yeah.
It's going to be my thing from starting from today, Bill. I think that's what it needs to be. Good morning, Mr. B. Of course, hello to all of you who are watching us today. I'm so happy to be here with you on this Friday. Of course, we are one step closer to another weekend. We are in pumpkin spice season.
Oh, God.
Moving through the fall, and it is just a really special time of year.
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice, it's a very divisive topic. I like it. I'm not as an enthusiast as many people in the community.
I like pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is very tasty,
Just keep it in the pie.
You know what? You can go through the grocery store and you really see that evolution of where pumpkin spice has had what it has become. And it used to just maybe kind of be the coffee drink. Now I've seen pumpkin spice almonds. I've seen pumpkin spice cereal. All different kinds of things. It's everywhere.
Well, good for the folks who make pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Good for them.
It is catching on, and we're talking about it
now. What do? I'm a pumpkin spicer. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we can make it today just like the Amy Lacey, James Bond thing. It can be the pumpkin spice thing, too.
I think it already is. All right, now it's time for us to share a preview of what's coming up today. We plan to open up our inbox during our Everywhere You Are Pumpkin Spice segment and check out some cool pictures and videos, great moments and adventures, and we look forward to seeing what you've been up to.
Like this one. Check it out. We will fill in the details and share a few more coming up in about 20 minutes or so in the show.
Okay.
Also, Virginia has some amazing trails. Some lead to the top of mountains, while others lead to great food and drink. I kind of like the latter.
Yeah.
This week, Dave Parker takes us on a tasty libations trail to find some of the best mimosas.
What?
We'll find out which places make his list. It's the latest installment in his Discover with Dave series.
And of course, the 2024 hurricane season ends in 64 days on November the 30th. Historically, it seems like the most active time for hurricane development is mid-August through about where we are right now, all the way through mid-October. We'll talk with an expert from the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety on what low-cost steps you can take before a storm hits to protect your home. That conversation is still to come on our live show.
Ooh, and baked treats often come with feelings of happiness, memories of childhood, and sometimes they become a part of family traditions. Our Evan Armour recently connected with the editorial director about this beautiful new cookbook. It's called Baking for Fun, 75 Great Cookies, Cakes, Pies, and More. She'll go between the pages, and we'll share that conversation coming up in our second half hour.
All right. Do we get a taste?
I hope that we get a taste because those cookies sounded fabulous. Maybe a pumpkin spice cookie to stay on topic.
Okay. The autumnal equinox kicked off last Sunday, so this weekend will be the first official full fall weekend. Do we have anything planned?
Well, October is always a really busy month for me because it's my daughter's birthday month.
Oh.
So when they're a little one like that, there are all the different birthday celebrations leading up to the big day. And of course, there will be the trick-or-treating, so we're getting the Halloween costumes ready and just really celebrating the season. This is a great time of year with the leaves changing. They're so pretty. Go into the pumpkin patch.
Don't talk leaves to me. You're making me choke.
Skipping through the meadow together. It's just a really special time of year. And I really love, September's a great month, but I feel like October is when we truly feel that we're in fall.
I am gearing up into high gear for the Great Leaf War of 2024.
It's a lot. I mean, it takes a lot of time, a lot of
trees.
Yeah.
I look up and there's like a billion leaves up there, and they're all going, we're coming for you.
They are coming for you. They're coming for me too, but hopefully I can maybe get some help with it this year. It's a lot.
Take a deep breath.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
The countdown begins. We'll see you in just about 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. morning to you. We're doing our little happy dances here this last Friday of the month. We hope your week has been great. Thanks for spending a part of your Friday morning here with us. Bill Bevins and I are proud to be the hosts of this premier talk and entertainment show. We feature community events, discuss trending topics of interest, have live music, tasty and easy to make recipes, and so much more. I'm Amy Lacey, by the way.
That's Lacey.
Amy Lacey. Yeah.
All right, folks, this is a show that is a one-of-a-kind, one-stop shop for great things about what's going on in Central Virginia, a variety of topics, things that are going on, and no 2 days are alike.
And that's what I absolutely love about this show, because we are infotainment. We have a lot of information in an entertaining way, even when we deal with the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
We make it, it's kind of that respite. It's that little break, and that's what we love offering to you each and every day from 9 to 10 a.m.
We know that there's all that other stuff going on out there, and then we kind of focus on the good things and what you're doing. Here's a quick overview of some of what is coming up on today's show.
We always look forward to opening up our inbox to showcase some fun submissions that will be part of our Everywhere You Are segment.
Dave Parker takes us on his latest mimosa adventure here in the River City. That's still to come on our Friday morning show.
Mimosa adventure. And the 2024 hurricane season is still active and ends on November 30th. We all know a storm can kick up at any time and can hit anywhere. It's important to have your home ready. We'll talk with an expert who shares his insights coming up. Well, whether you enjoy cookies, brownies, bars, cupcakes, pies, cakes, or tarts, I like them all, you will definitely find something in Food Network magazine's new cookbook, Baking for Fun.
Recently, Evan Armour connected with the editorial director. Here is that cookie conversation.
We all love a good fall recipe, and our next guest just released a new cookbook full of dozens of them that you can make at home for the season. It's called Baking for Fun, 75 Great Cookies, Cakes, Pies, and More. We welcome its author, Miley Carpenter, to the show. She's Food Network magazine's editor-in-chief and a best-selling author. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming back to be with us on Virginia this morning.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Well, congratulations on this new cookbook. Very exciting. Tell us a little bit about it and what made you want to write this one.
Thanks. Yes, we're very excited. This is Baking for Fun. We've just done a couple of kids' books, and we realized that adults should have some fun too. All the fun baking we have put into the kids' books. I was like, wait a second, so many adults bake for fun, not because they have to, just for the fun of baking. So that's what this book is all about. It's literally zero stress. It's all very simple stuff, and it's just for people who truly love to bake.
Why is it so important to make it fun? Because I do hear some people who say like, oh, they're a little intimidated by baking, or I can cook, but I don't know about baking. Why is it so important to make it fun?
I think there's this perception that baking you have to be, precise. There's a little bit of that, but it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be stressful. And I think some people go all out and do things that are kind of intimidating as their first try. This will really it's so simple. Anyone can do it. Kids, adults, anybody, first time bakers, no problem. It's good for emergencies. I'm not even making this up. Last night during dinner, my 15-year-old said, oh, by the way, there's a bake sale tomorrow at school, and I forgot to tell you. And I was like, I need 24 hours. But that's when I turned to this. And it's like, there's so many choices. You can turn around with ingredients that are already at home, get it done in an hour, and you're out the door with brownies.
Oh my gosh. Well, she's lucky that you were there. There are 75 recipes in this book. I see a bunch of things in front of us. Tell us what you're going to show us how to make today.
Yes, well, it's fall baking season. I always want to bake in the fall. Like the minute the weather turns, you just want to get into the kitchen and bake something. We have a few fun things. The first I was going to show you is, we call it a jelly donut cupcake. I mean, truth be told, it's just jelly inside a cupcake, a little surprise inside, but you give it a fun name and people want to eat it. So we call it a jelly donut cupcake. But this is a trick you can use with any cupcake. And I think people should think about doing this because it really kind of steps up your game. You just make a slit in the cupcake, and you could put almost anything inside. Nutella, lemon curd. We're using here some seedless jam. Make a little slit, and then you just squeeze some jam in until the cupcake feels like it's maybe about to explode. And then you ice it. And then, like I said, it just looks like a normal cupcake. But when people take it, they find that fun surprise in the center. So that's an easy trick. And then I'm going to show you these whoopie pies, which I love because I feel like whoopie pies are always like the size of my head, and we downsize them to be like the appropriate size. Whoopie pie is sort of a fun cross between a cookie, and a cake. And these are perfect for fall because they're pumpkin spice flavored. It's PSL season. This year, can you believe the PSL showed up like so early? I think it came August 20 something.
It was so early.
So
I
we're
feel
all,
like half of people love that and other half are like, oh man, but I'm a fan,
yeah,
so I'm loving this.
too soon. Oh, you're okay with the
Yes.
summer PSL? Well, now it's actually pumpkin spice latte season. So these are pumpkin spice whoopie pies, and so we have a nice little filling in here. And then just for fun, again, it's that fun element. We put some nonpareils on the outside. You can do this to any dessert. I use it to cover the mistakes on my cake. Like if you don't do a very good job frosting your cake, just stick nonpareils all over it. It'll cover any mistake, and it looks fun and festive. And then these, I love. This is again like sort of emergency bake sale material. These are kind of the standard chocolate chip cookie you've made your whole life, but we just upped your game a little bit and used dark chocolate chips and some toffee chips, which I feel like are an underused baking ingredient. Those little toffee chips you can buy, and they're right with the chocolate chips. And then to kind of step this up a little bit, we're just going to drizzle them with a little white chocolate. So you melt some white chocolate on the stove and drizzle the cookies, and it's just like, it just makes it look a little bit fancier for a potluck or a bake sale. And again, sprinkle nonpareils on there if you want to make it a little more festive. You could do it for a game night if you had a football team. Choose the colors of your team and sprinkle those nonpareils. So many options.
I love that. Those all look so good. And I do remember last time you were here on the show, you were talking about your kids' cookbook, but this really seems to me like families could do this together. You could bring the kids in to work on these recipes, right?
Yes, and I do. I recruit them all the time, but their friends come over. I have like a whole baking drawer for them, but we do get everyone involved. And, I think it helps in general with them wanting to just be in the kitchen and cook. And there's such a sense of satisfaction when you can produce something great. And I swear to you, these are all very simple, easy to pull off.
I believe it. 75 recipes in this book. You showed us 3 great ones this morning. Thank you so much. And congratulations again. Hopefully everyone will go out and pick up the book and get cooking. Fall is here.
Great. Yes, it's here. Good to see you.
And as always, we'll share the link on our show website, virginiathismorning.com.
Morning breakfast muffins are such an easy go-to grab-and-go breakfast, but they're not the best way to start your day. They're usually filled with gluten, sugars, and a bunch of other unwanted ingredients. But today, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious and healthy, clean way to start your breakfast with these orange cranberry muffins that use real ingredients and are 100% grain-free. So let's get started. We're going to start by mixing our wet ingredients together, and I've got some eggs, and I've got some milk, and you can use dairy-free milk if you want to make these dairy-free, and I've got some fresh squeezed orange juice. And for our sweetener, we're going to be using maple syrup. You can also use honey if you would like. And I've got a little bit of grass-fed butter, but you can use coconut oil and vanilla extract and orange extract. And we also use a little bit of orange zest here. And that's it. That's going to be our wet ingredients. So I'm just going to use a whisk and go ahead and get these combined here. You don't need to overly mix it because we're going to be putting this all into our stand mixer here in just a second. And we'll go ahead and scoot over to that. Now, again, for our flour, these are grain-free, so we're going to be using almond flour, and I've got 2 cups of almond flour there, a little bit of baking powder to give them a little rise, some cinnamon, and some sea salt, and that's it. That's all it's going to go into our muffins. So using my stand mixer, I'm going to give this just a quick mix of the dry ingredients. And now we're gonna add in all those wet ingredients with our egg mixture. I'm just gonna give it one more whisk. You do wanna make sure that your egg yolks break and get into that mix a little bit, but again, no need to over mix it. So we'll go ahead and get this poured in here. And that's it. We're gonna let this mix together. And once that's combined, we're gonna go ahead and fold in our cranberries. Now I'm using fresh cranberries, and I recommend using fresh just because it's gonna give it a really great flavor boost. You can use dry if you're in a pinch or don't have access to raw ones. And we're gonna add in some pecans as well. So now that everything is mixed, I'm gonna go ahead and lift my stand mixer here. And using a rubber spatula, we're just gonna fold in our fresh cranberries and fold in our pecans. Now, the pecans are totally optional, but I like it because it gives it a really nice crunch and texture. And I mean, in the morning, I think something with a lot of textures and crunch is always extra flavorful. So that's it. We're gonna go ahead and put these into our prepared muffin tins and put them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. I like to use a little cake tester that I pop in and make sure that it comes out clean, and that's when you know they're done. And our muffins are out of the oven. It smells so delicious, and they cook to a perfect 33 minutes. And look at how nice and fluffy they are, and the berries burst inside of it. I can't wait to bite into these. They're gonna be so full of flavor. And again, grain-free, much healthier alternative to those store-bought muffins, and so easy to make. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. You can get this recipe on my blog, thetrailtohealth.com, and you can find other healthy and delicious recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palette, which is also available on my website and Amazon as well.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of Virginia This Morning. The Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety is a nonprofit that researches ways to strengthen homes and businesses against severe weather in its state-of-the-art test facility in South Carolina. They have some great insight on some low-cost ways that you can protect your home before a hurricane hits your area. Here's what one of their top advisors had to say.
September is National Preparedness Month, and right now is always the best time to prepare. Dr. Ian Giamenko with the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety is here with some steps that you can take today to get ready for any severe weather that could come our way. Good morning. Thank you so much for being back with us here on Virginia This Morning.
Yeah, hey everybody, good morning.
You always have some great advice for us, and we are talking preparedness for the month of September. So what's the biggest thing that you want to get out there to folks today?
Yeah, with National Preparedness Month, there's a lot of things you can do to prepare for any kind of severe weather. One is to just make a family plan. Know what you're going to do if severe weather strikes, or maybe severe weather's in the forecast, whether it's a hurricane, severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, winter weather, we have to deal with that. So sit down as a family, make a plan of action. If you have to pick up kids early from school, things like that, or if you live along the coast and you may find yourself in need of evacuating for a landfalling hurricane, make those plans now, and they'll last you, right, for the next few years to come. And it's always a good idea to revisit them. And then one of the ones that we teach that's probably the easiest is take your phone out, go around your home, snap pictures of all your valuables, but also things like your appliances, your televisions, things like that. That keeps those well documented. In the event you may have to file an insurance claim, that process will go just a little bit smoother because you've got everything, all that interior contents well documented with your phone. Send those photos up to cloud storage or keep them handy in your phone, whatever you want. But it's one of the easiest things you can do to be prepared for severe weather.
Sometimes it feels like another thing to add to our already busy to-do list, but taking the time now to do this is so crucial, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's taking that first step to, no matter what it is, whether it's, maybe cleaning your gutters out to make sure water can get away from your home, that first step, or if it is just pulling your phone out and snapping that series of pictures, walking around your house. Shoot, I might have my 7-year-old do it. It might be a fun activity. She gets to play with the camera on my phone. We'll go take an update of our inventory here at my house. But again, the first step is the best one. And then often it starts to lead into some of those other things you can start to do to make your home stronger.
Let's talk about hurricane season, sort of where it is right now. And it's not too late to get going, right?
No, we've still got a good chunk of the season left. We've got the rest of September and October, especially over the last really 20, 30 years, has been quite active as we've seen. So we're not out of the woods yet. It hasn't been as active of a season as we thought we might see in some of the early on forecasts. But again, if you ask anybody who's dealt with one of these events, if you deal with one of them, that's the most active and that's the worst season that you've experienced. So some of the things you can still do now, again, tree trimming is such a big one because trees can come down, big limbs can come down, and winds that ordinarily wouldn't have damaged your home. So take a look around your house, check out those low-hanging limbs. I mentioned cleaning out the gutters, making sure water can get away from your home. So that storm drains, gutters, those kinds of things, because tropical systems do bring heavy rain. Even just a tropical storm doesn't have to be a hurricane. So things like that to get water away from your home. If you're one of those folks who has a backup generator, give it a crank, change the oil. If you hadn't done it, if you procrastinated a little bit this season, take it out, give it a crank, make sure it's in working order. Things like that. And then keep an eye on those non-perishable food items that you got stocked up in your pantry. Or maybe you didn't get as much as you wanted to back in June and July. It's a good time to add a little bit to that collection. Because again, when trees come down and winds that really wouldn't have damaged our home, our power goes out, right? And we're going to have to sit for a couple of days without power. So it's better to have that stuff all ready to go in the event that we do see an impact in the latter half of this season.
Another thing that can seem daunting and not like a fun thing to go through is taking a look at your insurance policy. But what kinds of things do we need to be looking for and making sure it's squared away now?
Yeah, insurance is our safety net when damage does happen. It gets that process going to help us get back on our feet as quick as we can. So first thing, make sure you have your insurance agent's phone number in your cell phone, have it nice and stored, and then sit down. It's a good time to do it once a year with everybody. Check out that policy. And it's a good reminder too that flood insurance is covered through the National Flood Insurance Program. That is not covered through your typical homeowner's policy. But it's also important with your typical homeowner's policy, make sure you're covered for the changing value of your home. I think that's one of the biggest things that people forget about is our homes evolve and change in value over time. We may not think to go back and have a look at our policy to make sure we are covered for what our valuables say they should be these days. So that's just one of those no one really likes doing it, but it's a step that I think if we can all get in the habit of doing, it again, just like a home inventory, is going to make that process a lot smoother, a lot easier if that bad day does happen.
So many great things to think about and steps that we can put into action today, right after we see this. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's great to be back.
And as always, we'll share some more information on our show website. Just head to virginiathismorning.com.
Virginia has some amazing trails that are both recreational and historic, but there's been a trend recently to have trails based on libations. Dave Parker is taking us on one of those, one of the state's newest ones, and it's right here in Richmond. Check this out.
This segment is sponsored by Rockingham Insurance.
When you think of trails in Virginia, you might think of something like the Appalachian Trail.
But everyone I've told about this story is excited about this trail.
Richmond's Mimosa Trail, spotlighting almost 50 locations serving this bubbly staple of brunch. My tour began in downtown Richmond at the venerable Jefferson Hotel. Their Sunday brunch is so sought after that it can, at times, take up to 3 months to land a reservation. Brunch here is an event. Served in the rotunda at the bottom of the grand staircase, there are breakfast staples like made-to-order omelets, pancakes, and, well, the list goes on. But there's also an amazing seafood section, a carving station, lunch entrees, ice cream, all available to eager eaters. But there's something even more special in the middle of the room. The dessert table, decadent in design and calories. So forgive me for not getting to the reason for this story a little sooner. Mimosas are like everything else here, generous on the good part with a splash of something else at the end. Now, most places are unlike the Jefferson, yet merit their spot on the trail. Three Monkeys represents what people love about Richmond's food and bar scene. Their weekend brunch mimosas often come by the pitcher, available in 10 flavors.
It's a watermelon mimosa.
The bartender's pick of a refreshing watermelon mimosa on a warm Sunday in August made it hard to leave. This tasty trail extends almost 30 miles to the southeast to New Kent. Martha's Kitchen does their pouring out of a house dating back to the early 1800s. There's even a small cabin beside it that's open to the public for free tours. But I was there for other research, like having an orange cranberry mimosa paired with fried green tomatoes topped with pimento cheese. Somewhere along the Mimosa Trail, I'm Dave Parker.
Wow, that sure looks good, but folks, of course, we always remind you, drink responsibly. For home, auto, and farm insurance, give Rockingham Insurance a call at 800-434-7736 or visit rockingham.insure to find a local agent. Now, we've got a lot more in store for you to enjoy when Virginia This Morning returns, but first we have to take a quick break.
Friday. Thanks for spending some of your Friday morning here with us. Here's a programming note to tell you about. If you're looking for a segment from our show, all you have to do is visit our show website at virginiathismorning.com. It's up and running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our website isn't the only place you can watch Virginia This Morning either. We can be viewed on the apps, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV channels. You can watch it there. If you need the app, just visit the App Store on your device and search WTVR Richmond. The best part, it's absolutely free.
This segment is sponsored by Plexiderm.
Everybody celebrates a birthday each year, and on that day, maybe we don't feel any older, but looking in the mirror may be a little bit different story. Sometimes your age has nothing to do with why you look older. Today we're going to be talking about Plexiderm. I'm sure in the past 5 years you've seen Plexiderm on TV and social media. Please welcome Melinda McKenzie, who wants to show us how you can look younger in minutes. Good to see you again, Melinda. It's been a while.
Thank you. It's so nice to see you too. And you know, you and I have been talking about Plexiderm for a while, so it's fun to get back and talk about it again.
Yeah, well, we got a lot to cover, so we're going to get right into it. We have a lot of before and afters today. We're going to start with Laura, Penny, and Rose. Tell us about them.
Yeah, so with Plexiderm, it's simply a serum you put on clean, dry skin. What it does is it smooths out lines and creases. With Laura, Penny, and Rose, what we're seeing are those issues around the mouth. So if any in those tiny lines, whether your foundation creases or you just don't like those little lines, put the smallest amount of Plexiderm on there, let it rest for 10 minutes, and then you just wash it off at the end of the day, but you look nice and fresh throughout the day.
Fantastic. All right, so like I said, you've got a lot of folks here. A lot of folks love this stuff, and we do too, and you and I have talked over the years. Next up is Maria, Rita, and Samantha. Again, we talked about the wrinkles around the mouth last time. Where are we going now?
Now we're going around the eyes. It's the dreaded eye area, right? And you and I have talked about this. I'm 63 now, and I'm proud of being 63, but my eyes are not so proud of it. And so with Plexiderm, what it does is it smooths out those lines and creases so I look fresher. With the three women here, they have 3 different ages, 3 different issues. We've got the puffiness, we have the creases on the side, and we also have like the dark circles underneath. With Plexiderm, you put the smallest amount on. Not only does it smooth that skin out so it looks nice and fresh, it refracts the light so it gets rid of those dark circles. And again, smallest amount, put it on, let it rest. You just wash off at the end of the day. It's a boost like wearing cosmetics or styling your hair. Anybody can use Plexiderm.
I love that. It is a boost. It really is. All right, next up is Mona, Carol, and our first guy, Don.
That's right. And, you know, guys like this too. And with Donnie has the forehead lines, but with everybody here, we're showing all the different areas that Plexiderm can be used, whether it is the forehead lines, whether it's under the eyes, whether it's around the mouth, even along the jawline, anywhere that you feel like, you know what, I need it to be smoothed out. I need it to look a little bit fresher. The most important thing with Plexiderm is just remember it's a highly concentrated product. You don't need that much. Use the smallest amount. The reason we ask you to wait 10 minutes and let it set is because we want you to have the full use and let it last up to 10 hours. And then again, you just wash it off at the end of the day.
Yeah, give it the 10 minutes and wait and see. It'll be worth the wait. Let's talk next up is Ellen and Robin and Jill.
Yes. And again, the reason we show so many different people with so many skin types is we want everyone to know we don't have models come in. These are regular people. We put ads out in the newspaper and say, hey, do you want to try Plexiderm? And people come in and try it because we wanted to see how it works on all skin types. And as you can see, what it does is it just helps you look fresher. The whole point of Plexiderm is put a small amount on any area that you feel like, you know what, I want to boost. I want it to be smoother. Let it rest for 10 minutes and your skin looks nice and fresh. It really is like using those apps on your phone, except for this is an app in real life.
An app in real life. I love that. Melinda, you and I have been talking, as you said, for years. And what is the main reasons, one of the main reasons why people love Plexiderm and it's been such a huge, huge success?
Yeah, you know, what we've learned over time is the reason it's so successful is not only does it work, you know, we offer really great deals. And with Plexiderm, you're in control. So let's say you go to the doctor's office and you get injections, but you eat the wrong food or you sleep wrong and you have puffiness. What are you going to do? You're going to get out your Plexiderm. You're just going to tap a little bit on, and in just 10 minutes, you're going to resolve that issue. So I think it's having the power in your own hands and being able to take charge of your skin is what makes it so wildly popular.
Always good seeing you. Thanks for joining us again today.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right. Folks, treat yourself today as if it were your birthday, because now is the great time to try Plexiderm and see the results for yourself. You can try Plexiderm today. Get a trial pack with free shipping for just $14.95 by visiting plexidermtrial.com. It's a great offer. Just visit plexidermtrial.com or call 1-800-925-0233. And stay with us. Virginia This Morning returns after a quick break. We absolutely love checking in with you in everywhere you are. It's always great to see the fun and exciting things that you've been up to with your friends and family.
Of course, please continue to share those moments with us so we can then share them here every morning.
Jeff Diefenbach enjoyed a recent trip to Jamestown Island, where they biked the Colonial National Historic Parkway.
A great time of year to do that.
Wow.
Elaine Hobson is trying to soak up as much summer as she can, even though we're moving into fall here. She and her family enjoyed a meal outside together. That color blue, just gorgeous. It creates the scene.
Always great to be able to get outside. And Terry McKinney and her family celebrated her parents and grandparents and great-grandparents' 72nd wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Major congratulations to Ruth and Philip Bryant of Colonial Heights. Wow.
What a beautiful family, and it's so special to see all the generations coming together for that celebration. Oh my goodness.
A lot of love.
Congratulations to you. Having fun with your family, friends, and pets, we'd like to share in the adventure while connecting with you.
Please send us a video or a picture or a comment to Virginia This Morning, our Facebook or Instagram page, or you can simply email us at virginiathismorning@wtvr.com. You know what pairs nicely with a hot cup of coffee or tea?
Pumpkin spice.
Nice piece of cake. Cake? Not just any cake, though. A Southern-style lemon cream cheese pound cake.
Yum. Charlottesville-based food blogger Blair Longerin shares her virtual recipe. Check it out.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
This segment is sponsored by Mosley Electronics, official lighting partner of the CBS 6 Weather Garden.
Outdoor lighting can elevate a space not only aesthetically but also practically, making a space safer and easier to navigate. Today, Brian Mosley, Director of Technology for Mosley Electronics, joins us to share more. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, it's not often that something can be so practical, but it can also enhance the space and just make it look beautiful.
That's right. So what the feedback that we get from our customers is not only does it obviously enhance the aesthetics of your property at night, because we have both landscape lighting and architectural lighting. So we can highlight nice trees and flowers and bushes and things like that in the yard, but we can also light the house at night as well. So it enhances the aesthetics and gives nice curb appeal at night, but it also increases safety, right? Having a well-lit property in the evening is a known deterrent for criminals, and it makes it just your property easier to navigate. So if you've got to take the trash out at night or something like that, then you have a lit path to get to your trash can or to your car or something like that.
What are some of the other benefits of outdoor lighting? You mentioned the curb appeal, the safety. Anything else that your customers find?
Nowadays, outdoor lighting and lighting in general is becoming very energy efficient. So all of the outdoor lighting solutions now are LED, which is a lot more energy efficient, a lot more cost savings over the traditional incandescent or halogen fixtures that we used to see.
So LED is more of that controlled situation. Does that also help then with the cost?
It does. It does help with the cost over time, and LED fixtures are becoming a lot more affordable as they're becoming a lot more mainstream these days.
Any other trends that people need to be aware of if they are looking at maybe starting small and then giving them an opportunity to expand over the years?
Absolutely. One of the nice things about outdoor lighting is it can be expanded or it can be done in stages. So you don't have to light the entire property at one time, and you can kind of phase the project out over the course of time, even over the course of a couple years. I do have a couple of customers who see it as a longer term project. So we will light part of the property one year, and then the next year they'll budget and light some more of the property.
So say someone has the idea, they have that vision, they want to do this, but how do they come up with the design, and then what is the installation process like?
And that's where we come in. So we will come out and do a free design and a free estimate for our customers and have a look at the property, and it's not really what we want to see installed on the property, it's more what the customer wants, right? So we don't have boxes of fixtures sitting around in a warehouse somewhere waiting to go out the door. All of our solutions are custom tailored to the client, to the client's property, and to the client's needs and desires.
And even different colors, is there that sort of that filter or the different types of lighting?
Sure. So we can play with color temperature a little bit, where we go from a warmer, more yellowish type of color to a cooler bluish color temperature. And you can play with that with different colors of houses and different architecture, and with different plants. Obviously, different plant species highlight under different colors better. And we do have a few vendors that are now coming out with full color, what they would call RGB outdoor lighting. So now, instead of just having white lights outside, now at Christmas time you could light your house and your trees red and green, let's say.
Oh, really beautiful, and you can just make it uniquely your own.
Yes, and it's all app controlled, which is great. So it's super easy to set up schedules and timers for the outdoor lighting, and you can always adjust it on the fly as well. And everybody has a smartphone in their pocket these days, so you just open up the app and you can control it all from right there.
As easy as that. Thank you, Brian, for coming in. It was wonderful talking with you today.
I appreciate it.
Mosley Electronics LLC is located at 14320 Justice Road in Midlothian. For more information, give them a call at 804-379-1348 or visit the website mosleyelectronics.com. Connect on social media as well. Virginia This Morning returns after this.
This segment is sponsored by Renew Health and Wellness.
We don't often realize it, but the skin is the largest organ in the body. We all hope to have radiant skin, and our friends at Renew Health and Wellness have some options that can help. Here to tell us all about it is Trish Banks, Patient Care Coordinator. Thank you so much for coming in.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Now, we talk about Renew when it comes to bioidentical hormone replacement and weight loss most of the time, but today you're here to talk about skin and some treatments that can make us all radiant.
That's correct. So at Renew, our core service is the hormone replacement, natural, bioidentical, and then we have weight loss, but we have a lot of clients that also, once they feel good on the inside, they want to look good on the outside. So we've added aesthetics over the last few years, and it's just taken off. So, I thought summer would be a great time to talk about skin because we often overlook it in the summer. We're out in the heat and the humidity and in the sun. And so we have some treatments to really help get your glow back.
What are some of those treatments? Do tell, do tell.
Yes. So my two favorites are our microneedling with PRP, which is plasma, platelet-rich plasma, and then we have the VI peel, which is a chemical peel. And they work really well together, so in very different ways. So the microneedling is going to get deep into the dermal layer. It's actually a pen that has little tiny needles on the end of it, and we draw your blood, spin your plasma, and then that liquid gold, your platelet-rich plasma, we can then needle into the skin of the face and the neck and the chest, and it does amazing things. It really regenerates.
And you said that the VI peel too is on sale, so coupled with the microneedling, you can really get great results.
That's correct. So the VI peel works in a different way. So it's going to take off several layers of the older dead skin, so it gets down to that really nice baby skin. So you've got the plasma working on the inside, and then you've got the peel on the surface. We have a great special, and that's what I want to talk about today. We're pairing those together so that you can get the best of both worlds, and we have a fantastic package. It's over $700 off.
Wow, that is incredible. And you brought in some before and after pictures too.
I did.
So let's talk about those, because when you can see those results, that's pretty amazing.
Correct. Yeah. So if you have them, what I'll tell you is that it makes a huge difference. You've got sunspots, you've got wrinkles, you've got fine lines. And so by doing both of these together, your skin is going to improve dramatically.
So when we are all there, this is the summertime, and the damage that you do to your skin maybe can't be fully reversed, but there are definitely things you can do to take care of yourself.
Correct. So the nice thing about this is obviously we believe in home care as well, but doing these treatments is really going to help build new collagen. And so in the future, as you age, you're just going to slow it way down. Everybody's going to get, some skin, our skin is going to change as we get older, but you want to slow that down and sometimes reverse the damage.
So you can do really a whole body experience at Renew.
You can. You can feel great on the inside and look great on the outside.
That's what we love to hear. Thank you for coming in today, Trish. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
For more information about Renew Health and Wellness, it is located at 10120 West Broad Street, Suite F in Glen Allen, Virginia. They can be reached at 804-420-8889 or visit renewmetoday.com. Find them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And stay with us. Virginia This Morning returns after a quick break. Welcome back to our Friday edition of Virginia This Morning. We'd like to thank all of our guests today. It's been a great jam-packed show.
I like the one word in there that you used. Friday.
Yeah, Fridays are always good. We are going to the weekend, and it's always a fun thing.
Of course, we want to say thank you for watching Virginia This Morning.
It is time to push play on the past for a Virginia This Morning performance. These musical guests are a seasoned group of professional musicians that enjoy bringing their talents together to create jazz melodies.
This is the Michael Hawkins and the Brotherhood Band. Enjoy, and we look forward to seeing you right back here Monday morning, 8:56 a.m. Have a wonderful, not necessarily pumpkin spice weekend.
No, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great one.